Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we have an awesome video in store for you guys. We have my beautiful bestie, Skye. She's a raw vegan. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, and she has had a huge transformation through raw living foods. Raw foods actually saved her life, and she's gonna show us the specific salad that saved her life.
Yeah, this is exciting me just looking at this because I was sick for 32 years. I've had 7 major organs removed, 60 surgeries. Doctors tried to help me. I basically was in a bed for 15 years, had full-time carers. No one could help me, professors, doctors. I would say close to $1 million was spent on my health, and this is the salad. This is it. You're looking at it.
Isn't that crazy? Mind-blowing. Okay, well, let's get into the salad, and I want to ask you too, like, what led you to initially, for anybody who doesn't know, start eating raw and think like, oh, not cook the food?
Sure. So I had been vegan for a couple of years, cooked vegan. My blood work actually got worse being cooked vegan. I still had addiction problems. I still had FND, a functional neurological disorder. It really didn't take me very far. And I got myself into a situation where I'd been homeless, and I got my first place, and I just could not cook the food. So having things like carrots and cucumbers, just in a bag near my bed, or if I got up and was walking around, I would just have bites of it during the day, and I noticed I wasn't sick. And what wasn't sick, I didn't have fatigue, I didn't have the heart racing, I had a clearer head. I actually went out and hung the washing out. And so I started to feel better, and I ended up cooking some food, just some dry roasted pumpkin with tomato, basil and garlic. And I ate that meal, and we'd be back in bed for about 4 days with fatigue. I'd have functional neurological disorder, I'd have seizures. I didn't feel generally well. So I'm like, okay, I'll eat it raw. And from that point on, I knew what my addictions were, and I knew I had to face or find a way to love what I did, because the difference was so dramatic. There was no way going back. It was like, Skye, what are you willing to do? And it was anything. And this is how I came up with a salad which is nutrient full. It's got so much variety, but it helps with addiction, which a lot of us are coming from. So let's get started with this.
Okay.
So the first thing I would do is I'd want lots of different flavor combinations to kind of help me stay on track. And one of the things I did was I loved thinking of foods which I loved that were raw. Like we've got mangoes here, we've got avocados, tomatoes, but I loved bruschetta, and I used to make like a mock one to top my salad with. So I would let that soak while I made the salad. So what we do?
Oh, cool, Skye.
We just get some tomatoes. Now, all I had was a chopping board. All I had was a knife and a vegetable peeler. So let's do that today.
Yeah.
So I would just get some baby tomatoes and just chop them up. Any tomatoes. I actually rotated a lot of variety, even though I made this same salad. So different colored capsicums or bell peppers, different varieties of tomato, just to keep it all interesting. And so I never got bored. We don't want to get bored.
And for you, it was like all in being raw that made the difference, right? Do you think if you were eating cooked all day and then having this salad for dinner, it would have made the same impact, or no?
No. So as soon as I ate anything cooked, now my liver was failing. I'd had multiple diagnoses. I was severely anemic. I had low B12, and they couldn't help with the nutrient issues because my liver was failing. So I feel like my body just could not take anything that was heavy, and this seemed to just makes such a difference for me. Like it's sometimes I don't think there's any words to actually describe what it did for me.
Yeah, because look at you now. So I've seen pictures of Skye. I probably would have put some on at the intro of this. If not, I'll also pop them on the screen right now. Such a huge transformation. Like you literally don't even look like the same person, and you're so full of life now.
Oh,
it's
thank
true.
you. I feel if you've lost things in your life and you get them back to this extent, like coming to New York, meeting you through raw foods, you have so much gratitude. So if you're going through a hard time, please know life is making you strong. It's teaching you for when you come out the other side, you have these skills that other people who haven't lost a lot do not understand.
True.
So, yeah, so let's just do all these tomatoes and we'll let those soak. So we just put those into the bowl there. And then what I would do is just get some fresh garlic and just chop that up.
Okay.
As you can see, as we make this, I was all about variety. I'd buy a whole batch and just leave it in the fridge and keep bringing it out. By the afternoon at about 3 or 4 o'clock, I'd make this massive salad.
And so this salad does not require any heavy duty machinery like blenders or anything, which I think is great, right?
No, there's so much value in learning and experiencing what I call the sacred geometry of food. Like there's actual, I feel, downloads in the shape and, you know, and even as I was saying to you before, if you've been in a bed for 15 years and you want to get your life together, you have to start brain training. And just using knives and spending an hour making yourself a meal every day is a good way to start. So I have been at rock bottom and it is possible. It's a matter of like, what are you willing to do to feel good? And I really feel this lifestyle, oh my gosh, it's everything.
I agree 100%.
So we just, once again, chop it up. I didn't care if there was any skin in there. I was like, a bit of extra nutrients. I might get a little bit extra because these are quite small. Okay, so what I would do is put this garlic in with the tomatoes and we're just gonna let this kind of marinate in there.
Nice.
So it will just soak, but to get it to soak, we'll also put in here, we usually put basil because we're gonna do like a bruschetta, but we don't have that. So I've just got some chives. Don't ever think you can't do it because you don't have one ingredient, just use another one. That's all we do here. So chives are gonna be fine.
Chives are good.
They're beautiful. I love fresh herbs.
That's a good idea, soaking stuff and then doing it after as like a bruschetta or whatever.
Well, we're trying to get the brain to feel like there's so many flavors going on here that it's not going to miss your past. Because when you first go raw, we may as well do them all, you're very close to your addictions. And so when you come into this lifestyle, I knew my weaknesses. I knew boredom was going to be, you know, as soon as the brain gets bored, it thinks it's in pain. If it thinks it's in pain, it thinks it's dying. The subconscious will send you on a different route. It does not want you to keep going down that path. So we want to have pleasure and fun and joy and lots of chives, lots of flavors. And that's what I was kind of working with. And then into here, we can do some lemon juice just to help that soak. Oh, we'll put some onion in there as well.
Some onion?
Yeah.
Sure. Some of the red onion.
Yep, we'll just get some seeds out.
That looks nice already. This is creative. I've never thought to do that.
It was basically, I knew I was going to be my worst enemy when I was healing. Like, I could talk myself out of anything. But this time I thought, what if I talk myself into it, Skye? If you've got the power to talk yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would just, there, we'll just get a bit of the red onion.
So many different nutrients, antioxidants. Like, how can you not heal on this? You know what I mean?
That's kind of the point I got to, is like, how did I miss this first time around? And I do think going paleo, where I got rid of all of the like processed foods in my life for a year, then I went vegan and I really was eating whole food, plant-based most of that time, really started leading me to notice that, you know, Skye, this is bright, it's fresh, it's vibrant. You want to be bright, fresh, vibrant. Like it's very obvious. So just,
that looks good. Look at that already soaking. It looks so delicious.
Okay, so the onion now will just go in there, and I might just grab a spoon.
Yeah, I'll get you another spoon.
I can use this one?
You can use that one? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, use that one.
So just mix that with the lemon, the garlic. In my mind, I used to top my, like, some bread with this, but we're going to top the salad with this. So that will just all infuse just to the side. So put
Good
that
idea,
over there.
Skye. This looks tasty. Good idea. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Oh, it smells good. I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, so simple, right? The real nutrition is simple.
It is. Okay. So for this next part, I purchased a bowl from the supermarket. It was a big bowl. This is a very nice bowl. I love it. Okay, now this bottom layer of the salad is any leafy greens you want. Not herbs, not cruciferous, just what you know as leafy greens. You can do as much as you want. So I would do things like have some spinach, and I would cut this up. So I would just get some here and just make it a little thin there.
And spinach, always eat your spinach organic. So it's #1 for more pesticides than any other fruit and vegetable in 2025. So always, always eat that organic.
And we've got some kale here. Do you eat the kale with the stalks?
I don't. I juice the stalks, but not in my salad. Do you?
Yes and no. So sometimes when there's a bit on there, it doesn't bother me. But what we'll do is we'll get rid of those, put them to the side, and...
Did you ever try eating only fruit? You know how some people try that, or no?
No. So I was not called to fruit, and I also have had my stomach removed, and I had a lot of blood sugar issues. And anytime I'd have anything too sweet, I would get nauseous, dizzy, something called dumping syndrome, which many people have who have had their stomach removed. So I stayed away from it. I just, whatever I felt like, as long as it was raw, that seemed to really work for me. So this is collard greens, is that right?
Yeah, these are collard greens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of making a mess here. We don't get many of these in Australia, but if the rule was for me, any greens you want.
You know what? Okay, these greens, they're good in salad, but look, they're so good with wraps too. You see?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
why we need them in Australia.
And they're like, look at that, so beautiful. All the lines in there, just so much beauty in nature and in what God created. With these, since they're a little thicker, they're so nice to create raw wraps. So just smother some avocado on the bottom, bunch of veggies, lettuce, put a bunch of sprouts on top if you want a ranch dressing or any dressing, and then roll it up, and it's really good. Okay, so we'll put that there.
Yep, and then you've got some butter
Green leaf, yeah, butter leaf.
Just some more greens here. I'll put these to the side.
Okay.
And, oh wait, get that base off.
You're done with these ones?
Yeah.
Move these.
Okay. Now, for the next layer, in my brain, we were trying to work with what I loved most, which was noodles.
Oh,
So
I got the wrong section. Okay,
that's
noodles.
right. So we're trying to work with noodles. So I was like, what Skye is going to look like a noodle that you can put in your bowl? And it was the carrot, zucchini, and cucumber with the vegetable peeler. So it would make ribbons. So it's simply just, and I'd skin and all. I mean, you can get rid of it if you want, but you just make noodles.
Cool.
These are very long carrots. We have shorter ones in Australia.
Oh, yeah?
So I might chop these in half.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, just a few.
And you probably, I'm guessing you probably fell in love more and more with this salad the more you ate it probably, right?
I did, but what also helped was when I could finally get up, I literally spent my whole day, including evening, outdoors. At the start, it was just the grassy knoll out the front of my place, but then I would go down to the local river, eventually to the beach. But I noticed that a lot of my symptoms, like the shaking and the tremors, just stopped if I had no shoes on or I sat outside. And then I eventually went into the cold water as well. It was winter when I healed, and that helped me. So we're just going to put some of these on the top there.
That's crazy, because the nature, being connected, the grounding, it's so important for our healing too. Because we're electric beings, right? So they say we get like almost that charge when we're out there.
Well, we do, and the charge that we get is there's a direct current in Mother Earth, and we are a direct current, and being around all of this is an alternate current, and we just get inflamed anytime that we're around this. Thermo scans actually show how quickly inflammation from phones, from alternate currents occur on the body. So just by being out in nature was such a difference, to the point where I would be in the park and I'm disconnected from family, from friends. I had not really read or written in a few years. And I'd be called to just, even in the local park, there's been fires, just pick up charcoal and start rubbing it in my hands. You'd be surprised when you are literally left in nature with not many skills, how we know somehow what to do. So I'm just here making some more noodles.
And how long did it take you to feel good after you adopted a raw food lifestyle?
I would say I felt so much better within just a few days. Like it was just this like tumbling on effect, whereby I would say at least a week in, I was feeling dramatically better. Just 6 weeks, no symptoms. So it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so we'll just...
That was like me. The first day I went raw, I felt so good. By the end of the first day, I was like, this is crazy.
I love that. So we've just got some more little noodles we put in there. And zucchini noodles.
Yeah. Those look nice.
Yeah. Okay, so probably enough of that. Just a little bit of a chop. Okay. All right, so the next layer is any cruciferous vegetables you want. You can do, your cabbage, your Brussels sprouts. These all add like that crunch without being too heavy, like the nuts or seeds. So we've got some broccoli here. So we'll just chop some of this off.
So you guys love Skye's accent. So we've got some broccoli here. I love
Don't
it.
you just love her impersonating my accent?
It's so classy. Half the words Skye says, I don't know. Like we left the airport, we were at our hotel, and she was like, can you pop the boot, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, the boot? I'm not wearing boots, like the trunk, all these words. I love it. We have so much fun together, though. And we never would have met if it wasn't for raw foods.
That's right.
And we feel better around each other. We feed each other, and that's how your friendships and relationships should be. They should make you feel better, and most importantly, you should feel like you can be yourself, right?
That's really true. And I find our relationship, we lift each other up. So like we're constantly like, we share so much, this happened. We're like, good for you. That's amazing.
Exactly.
And a lot of people, I think, can get really jealous of you. And it's just so nice to have friends that are like, go, you can do this. That's amazing. It's just so high vibes.
So good.
Okay, so we've got the broccoli that's in there, and then we're going to do the herbs.
Okay.
And the herbs are like go for gold.
Okay.
It was like if it was green in the green layer or it's the herbs here, you just go.
I feel like herbs do so much for us. Like when I first went raw, I was eating really simple, but I don't know what was wrong with me. I was barely eating any herbs. Now I load my salads with them, and they're so delicious.
I love that.
And so many nutrients. So cilantro, I think, is supposed to be really good for detoxing heavy metals, right?
Yeah. And then I always think whatever you're called to have, like go into the shops, explore all the herbs that they have. What can you have? I love dill.
Okay, so you're putting dill, parsley, and cilantro today,
yes,
right?
and then we've got the chives marinating.
Oh, they smell so good. You guys, I love it. Okay.
Broccoli there. Okay, what are we up to now? Okay, we will do, there's a little bit of bell pepper we've got going on here. So we'll just chop some of this off.
You know what, you guys, Skye and I are going to LA soon. We're really excited to go to Wild Living Foods, a raw food restaurant there. Skye's never been. It's some of the best food in the world. So we're stoked for that because it's fun. It's fun, I think, to eat simple and then also enjoy some of the recipes. I think a bit of both is good.
It's nice to have a lifestyle, right?
Okay, so you're putting in some bell pepper.
Yep, some bell pepper.
I love bell pepper. They feel alive and make you feel good. Okay.
It does. We've got some red bell pepper.
So did you have a high fiber diet at all before you went raw or no? Like ever?
Yes and no, because when I was eating a plant-based lifestyle before I started this, and I was in some hospitals that were serving me things like grilled tofu with herbs and ragouts, really whole food plant-based, which is amazing. But when you went raw, it was so different. Like it was completely different. Mum, when I was at home and she was caring for me, would cook a lot with a lot of plants. Australian food is quite healthy, even though even before I was eating meat and things. When I say healthy, not so processed, but it's this is another level. I'll add a little bit more.
Do you
of
notice
this.
a difference when you come to America that it's more processed, do you think, or about the same?
Oh my gosh, yes. So
Yeah.
when I was younger, I lived in Houston, Texas for a while. And I mean, this is in 1990. And it was such a cultural shock because there was so many ingredients, so many flavors, so many packets of like 2 aisles of cereal. We had like a little corner.
Yeah.
It was so different. And then when I came last year, I noticed it as well. This year, I mean, with what we've been doing, we just go in and grab our food.
Yeah, we do.
Like, we go in, get what we need, and then we leave.
Yeah.
So that's been amazing. But you've got to do that. You can't approach this with, look what I can't have. You got to say, look what I can have. I can have dragon fruit. I can have greens. I can have, some coconut meat. You can't go, I can't have this, because you'll just go backwards. So this is what we're doing at the moment.
This looks incredible. Okay.
And where are we up to now? Okay,
Okay.
so we'll do some mango. I'd usually put like 1 mango in, but we will put the recipe down below.
This looks delicious.
Yes. And you can always, if you're someone who's sweet, you just put more sweet. If you like more herbs, you just put more herbs. You have to, on this lifestyle, do what you love so that you enjoy, like you look forward to the next meal. I know you look forward to your meals.
I do. I love raw food. It gets me excited to wake up, makes me feel my best. I do.
Ooh. The mango.
Looks so good, Skye.
Yeah, it's like a sweet,
It's beautiful.
chili, savory, salty mix going on here. We, at this stage, will do the avocado, I think.
Okay.
Now, our avocados are quite much bigger in Australia, so we'll start with this small one and see how
This
we
big
go.
or no?
That's massive! That's like as big as my head.
Yeah.
That's really big. No, probably like 1.5 of these avocados maybe.
Okay, be careful. I hear a lot of people go to the hospital every year with injury from cutting open avocado.
Really?
It's like a common thing.
Oh my gosh, touch
So
wood.
be careful. Yeah, blow behind your back,
Oh,
knock
look,
on wood.
I'm blowing behind my back. Okay,
Okay.
so we will scoop these out.
These
And
look
this
perfect.
kind of makes the dressing. So I didn't have a blender. I didn't really, as I said, I couldn't really read very well. So this was a lot of just like, if it was fresh, it could go in my bowl. That was the idea. We will grab.
And you know what? When I first went raw, like the first couple years, I didn't really blend anything unless I went out for like a special meal or something.
Wow.
And I don't even know if I really did. I just ate simple whole foods, how they came. And so don't feel like you have to have blenders, gadgets, all that stuff, because you can feel just as good or even better just eating like this. Like probably I would say better. You still feel amazing with the recipes, but I would say the simpler you eat, the better you're going to feel.
So this, yeah, was the foundation of the dressing. But yeah, Australian avocados, like one avocado is probably 1.5. So we're working well here. But what we do is just...
Avocados are really good for the skin.
My skin and hair very quickly went so much better.
Oh yeah, your hair, Skye had a huge hair transformation. And they're really good for the eyes, so many different things.
So I just used to put that kind of in the middle there. Maybe to the side
This
of it.
looks good, Skye.
Okay, so we've got that going on. And then we're going to get our bruschetta.
Okay.
And then we're trying to put that to the side there.
This is beautiful.
To have a little bit of like the poke bowl vibes is probably just enough.
Okay.
Okay, and then I always did fresh ginger and turmeric, and I just would use the vegetable peeler to make like this.
Wow, that's healthy, eh? Peeling fresh ginger and turmeric for your salad.
Yeah, just so you got even more texture, more flavor.
And you like the flavor?
Oh, I love the smell.
That's healthy.
I don't have a stomach, and I find this is so good on my gut, helps with digestion. So I just get lots of that going on because we've already got some garlic going on in there. We've got onion. Okay, so let's. So we're just going to put some ginger maybe in here. And then fresh turmeric, very anti-inflammatory. We love this.
This is one of the most beautiful salads I've ever seen.
I love hearing that.
So
it makes me
good.
so happy.
Yeah.
Like even the flavor brings back so much joy, especially because in Australia right now it's spring. So this was the time I healed. This was the time I was making this salad. Okay.
And you'd eat the whole thing, right?
Yeah, a lot of it soaks down. I'd eat it, sometimes break it up over time, but I find with greens, you can actually get a lot of greens in. And then kind of put that in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so now we're getting for the spice. Now this was so important with my healing because I found chili was the only stimulating food I still allowed myself. So coming from alcoholism, I'd been on massive amounts of pain medication, vaping, smoking, all stopped, pharmaceuticals. I found having chili or jalapeno on my food made so much difference, especially for the first year being raw. So you can just put in as much or as little as you want, but I really, you know, if you like spice, go for it.
What benefits do you think the spice has for us?
I think it's warming. I think
True.
when your adrenals are down and you don't want to do anything stimulating anymore, it can be very warming. It has, I think it's called, it's called capsaicin, which is in here. And they use that for pain relief, especially with, you can spray capsaicin up your nose from the pharmacy, which helps with trigeminal nerve pain. I actually have had trigeminal nerve pain from shingles. So it actually helps with pain relief. There's actually many studies that show that. And there's capsaicin in anything that's like spicy like that. So I was like using all of these natural things now. I wasn't going to go into a little bit more. You know, I don't need to go into a pharmacy. This is my pharmacy bowl, guys.
This is the pharmacy.
This is. Okay, so the next level would be, I do about 3 to 4 nuts and seeds. So usually I would do like a chia or flax, and then I do a pumpkin. So let's do this. So we use some chia seeds. or any seeds you like. I open my cabinet and whatever I was called to in the cabinet that night, but I usually rotate. So tonight we're using chia. So I just sprinkle them over like that. And I often had pumpkin seed. I really did love that. But you know, you could use sunflower seed, anything you like. So let's just.
What do you say if somebody says, well, this lifestyle is so expensive, they think they can't manage?
So I was on disability payments. I was disconnected from my family. My money went on rent. It went on my food because I knew the difference it would make in my life, and I think I paid for internet. Besides that, I let go of, well, not that I could afford it back then anyway, but there was no, I used coconut oil on my body. I used baking soda for the washing. There was no hair dye, no nails. I felt I had to earn all these rights. Like I had to look after myself enough to be able to work to afford these, plus have a healthy body. So if I've done it, you guys can do it too.
100%. Okay.
So we've got pumpkin seeds, we've got chia seeds. I would then maybe do some walnuts, or just 2 types of nuts, 2 types of seeds, 2 types of nuts. We've got some soaked cashews here. So we're just going to put those on top. And then I would have the spices. Now, I would open the spice cabinet, and the 2 spices I was always drawn to were, I didn't have many, to be honest. I probably had maybe onion powder as well, but I always wanted paprika and turmeric.
Now you probably have like 50,000, right?
I do, but you know, this is just so nostalgic for me. So I would just put however much, and some nights it was more paprika, some nights there was no turmeric. They were the 2. And I also noticed when I go to the shops, these 2 spices have high vibrational energy because you walk in and they're bright. And I wonder, because I was really drawn to bright things at the time.
That's why you're drawn to me. I have high vibrational energy.
Oh, right on. I love that. And some turmeric powder.
I'm drawn to these too. What do you think the benefits are? Well, obviously turmeric. You hear so much about it, right?
Well, anti-inflammatory. I also just believe there was something I needed that stimulates me from the paprika. But also, I mean, paprika is essentially a bell pepper, so it's fruit. So maybe like I wanted things that were not too strong, because dried herbs can be quite strong. We will now do, well, what I usually do now is, the pepper. I would always do pepper. And pepper and turmeric. I think pepper increases the turmeric intake by a massive amount. I don't know the exact, but a huge amount. And then some salt. Just whatever.
You love the spice. I love it too. I love spice like that too.
I love this. Now we're going to put, the dressings were any citrus I wanted. So I wanted to stay away from anything that was in a packet, minimize that. So I would do things like lemon, orange, lime, grapefruit, whatever I liked. But we can start with some fresh orange juice as the dressing. And we can do some more.
This looks fantastic. I gotta say, it smells fantastic too.
It's so fresh.
You gotta be getting every single nutrient in
That's
here.
what I think I was doing back then, right?
Yeah, like everything's covered. Omegas, like zinc, vitamin C. Let's name the list.
The
It's
anti-inflammatory properties there.
Yeah. Did you take any supplements when you were healing, like B12
None.
or anything?
So my whole goal was I felt called to these vibrational foods, is to not put anything processed in my mouth. That's why I eventually got rid of nuts, seeds, salt, pepper, paprikas, because they're all being processed. Now, it was great for a few years to give my body a break, but there's a ton of nutrients in these foods that I feel I need.
And you eat nuts and stuff now, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. But predominantly what I do is how I heal myself is the focus is always fresh until my body says I need a little bit of something else. But most of the day I will just eat fresh. And I usually just keep putting like lemons on this. I had like a little bit of a...
Lemon addiction?
No. Well, I swapped my addictions right over to lemon.
Great.
I love it.
Way better than a vodka, wine, champagne, beer addiction.
That's right. It could be worse, right?
Yeah.
So,
no, this is a great addiction, raw food. This looks amazing, Skye. And thank you for coming on for sharing this with us too. I'm excited.
That's all right. So what will happen is when we mix this, that's the fun part. You get the stickiness of the mango, the fats in the avocado, you get the bruschetta, you get the citrus, you get the nuts, the seeds. They all come together and give you this beautiful dressing. So a little bit more. So this is the salad complete. Now what I would do is the bowl I had at home is really big, just like this one. And this is the fun part where we put it in there, mix it all together and get all those flavors mixing through that we've just created. So do you want to help me put it in there?
Sure. Oh, wow, this looks delicious. People think salads are boring. This is incredible.
And you find as you eat these salads, as you go through, the salad gets like yummier and yummier because all the flavors just soak more and more and more.
Especially with that bruschetta little thing you did.
Yes. And
This
the
is
avocado and the mango kind of come together like a sticky sauce.
Wow.
Yeah.
This looks really good. Good job.
Yeah.
So you would eat this every night?
Most nights, yeah, it would just be variations. So like I can see to the side there's things left over. They would go back in the fridge and the next night I'd just be called. Like as if I was in a garden, right? And things just call to me like tonight you need more kale and tomorrow night you have more mango.
And then for people watching who are wondering like what did you eat the rest of the time? What did a typical day look like during the day before the salad?
So I would usually get up and I'd have like for breakfast, maybe half an avocado, a couple of cashews, some dates, and maybe one banana in a bowl. And then during the day, I would take with me cut up carrot, cut up celery, cut up cucumber, berries, and bananas. Eventually, I added dates into that as well, and a few nuts. So mostly I tried to eat just fresh, just snack all day, have a few walnuts throughout the day. If I needed. And then in the afternoon, I made this big salad. This was like my highlight of my day. And I would eat what I could of this and usually go back to that. And then at night, I would find I'd get hungry again. And I'd usually probably do another avocado or some nut butter with banana.
Okay.
And that was how I healed.
Okay, nice. Good to know.
Yeah.
Because we need to share this, right? So it could maybe inspire somebody. It could change somebody's life, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
And like when you make this, a lot of the time I would just keep telling myself I'm worth this. Like I'm worth it. I knew that I felt good just having the carrots and the cucumber. I'm worth standing here and learning how to, you know.
Do you feel like it's changed you eating the raw foods? Like you feel more worthy and more self-confidence and self-worth?
Oh, yeah. And the inner voice, the inner dialogue in my head. I remember sitting outside just a few weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, being like, I keep telling myself, I love me. I've never done this. Like, I love me. A lot of these decisions are coming from love. So this is looking...
This looks incredible.
So, yeah, the longer you stir it, the more the flavors just infuse, right? So we can probably put it back in a minute.
And Skye and I, we're cooking up something else amazing in the kitchen right now. The video may or may not already be on my channel. If it is, I'll put it down below and I'll put it on the screen at the end of this. But we're making her raw vegan donuts. Oh, I gotta say, I taste tested the icing and they're really, really good. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. And go follow Skye. She has an amazing channel as well.
Okay, that's looking good. So let's put this back into the bowl.
You're good with this bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I love this bowl. I just got this bowl in New York at Williams-Sonoma, and I love it. I think it's important to have a bowl you love. Get a couple things, if you can afford it, that you really love to get you excited about making the fresh food. Oh, Skye, this is looking freaking fire.
Let's get a spoon.
Sure. Okay.
So, this is a salad that saved my life.
This is literally, I know I always say this looks like the best salad I've ever seen. So can we taste test?
Go.
This looks amazing. Are you going to try some too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Skye. I can't even. I just want a huge bite.
There's so many
Sorry, guys.
textures, flavors.
Oh my gosh. Mmm. 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 Wow. Oh my God, you guys. This is so good.
It is good, hey.
You know what I love? Like, you didn't even have to blend a dressing for this. To me, you feel better. It's even healthier when you can just use the whole foods how it comes. And it still tastes really like moist, and it doesn't taste dry. You know, because a lot of people think you need the dressing, it's gonna taste dry, but you used a really creative way to like marinate and create your bruschetta and then mix it all up. And you guys, this is a delicious salad. You've become a real chef in the kitchen. This is amazing.
This is where it all started.
And okay, any other words to end off with for somebody watching who might want to make some changes or who might be inspired? And
so I see a lot lately people saying, I don't even know where to start. So they see people like you who've been raw for 9 years and me raw for 4. They don't know where to start. How this started is these are all flavors I already loved. I love dill, I love mango, I love avocado, I love citrus. Cashews, they're in a bowl. So I would suggest going out and finding foods, even if you want to include more raw foods, focus on the foods you love because I think that really makes a difference.
and there's so many. People think it's boring to leave the standard American diet or leave a different diet to come here. They think, oh, you can only eat the same few fruits and vegetables. No, there's like thousands out there, right? Herbs, fruits, vegetables. And this was incredible. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing. I hope you guys are inspired to eat more raw food, make more raw food, even if you only start with 1 meal a day. Start with this one. It's so good. And if people don't like spice, they could just exclude the spice, right?
Of course,
I do.
exclude anything that you like.
Yeah,
and include more of what you want. Sometimes I even put things like beetroot in it. So you explore, the whole fun of this is exploring flavors.
Yeah, this is insane. Okay, and another recipe that's insane, Chef Babette came on the channel. She's in her 70s. She's long-term plant-based, super fit. She's total goals for where we want to be in our mid-70s. And she made a raw vegan chili. I have to make that for Skye. That's also one of my favorites. So I'll pop that on the screen right now. Go watch that. And also a video I did with Skye. So watch one of those, make some raw food. We love you guys. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.